Hello, this is Dr. James, and today I'm going to show you what not to do when trying to fix a laser burn ring on your Xbox 360 DVD. I'll show you step by step everything you should not try, and here we begin. Hello, this is Dr. James, and today we're going to talk about repairing damaged DVD or CD games for the Xbox 360, or probably works with other things. I don't know if you can, let's take a look, see if we can see. It's something that a lot of the people on the internet are calling laser burn, but I think it looks like just a bunch of mechanical scratches. It just scratches all around the disc. It's really terrible because the way the discs save data, they can do error corrections for radial type scratches, but for scratches that go around the disc, I don't know if you can see it around the edge, it looks really bad. Yeah, there we go. Scratches that go all the way around the disc, it cannot do error correction for that. And if you can't repair it, the disc is shot. So it's not looking too good. So a lot of people are talking about different methods of trying to fix the scratches, putting wax on it, putting toothpaste. I actually don't have any wax, so we'll try the toothpaste method. I had some DVD scratch fixers around here someplace, but I don't know what happened to them, and the solution's probably old, and I can't seem to find them in the stores anyplace right now. So let's see what we can do. Okay, let's just try it one more time. We'll stick the disc into the player. I guess it was stuck in there and the player wasn't sitting even or something, and I guess started making a bunch of rattling noises, and when we took the disc out, it given this type of error here. Clean the disc with a soft cloth, restart the console, blah blah blah. It's a nightmare. Okay, so let's take the disc out and see what we can do with it. Okay, so here we have our DVD and some toothpaste. A lot of people on the internet said this works. I think it's about the second craziest idea I've heard, but doesn't mean it won't work. The guy at Radio Shack told me that using crayons and scribbling on it and then buffing it down works. And some of the other people said that on the internet said that car wax, which I could see maybe filling in the scratches and making it so the laser can refocus into the disc, might work. I don't know. We will try this, I guess. Have nothing to lose. Talked to the people at GameStop, and they said that they would I could buy a new, just the game, without the other part, the USB part that plugs in, for about $14. Maybe they would give me $2 trade-in for this disc, which is basically completely worthless now. Let's take a look and see if we got a lot of the scratches covered up. We're gonna get this all nice and disgusting here. Look at that, boy, what a mess. Guess you won't know unless you try the experiment, though, huh? So we'll take this disc that's all gooped up, and I don't have a sink that's got a stopper that works in it, so I just filled up a bowl full of warm water, and we'll just let that thing soak in there for a while. And we'll see what happens a little bit later. About 10 minutes into the process. Toothpaste is getting nice and disgusting. Okay, here we go. We're about 20 minutes into the process and the toothpaste is getting really slimy and disgusting. Looks like it's kind of forming some kind of I don't even know what, some kind of disgusting thin layer. It's oozing all over the place. Okay, we'll see where this goes. We'll let it go for, they're recommending a half an hour, so we'll let it go a little bit longer. Okay, here we are. We're coming up in about a half an hour, and it is really disgusting. I hope this is not just a practical joke or something. We will take out the disc, and it is completely coated with toothpaste. Okay, this will drain it off a little bit, and let's try wiping that toothpaste out. Got some good old toilet paper here. We want to use something that's not going to scratch the disc, so sandpaper would definitely be a bad idea. And they always recommend going outward when you're trying to clean these things. So if you do get something on there that's going to put scratches, like I mentioned earlier, you can error correct. The laser reader can error correct for radial scratches because it reads around the disc like this. And so if there's just one error, if you just pass over a scratch like that, you just hit a couple errors and it can sometimes error correct for those. But if it's a whole bunch of them right in a row, all the data is lost then. Okay. What a mess. Okay. Let's get this slimy stuff off of there. Get some more toilet paper. Okay. I can grab it, grab the disc and between my fingers and just use a radial motion with my thumb so I can put a little bit of pressure on it so I can buff it a little bit. But you want to definitely get it buffed flat and smooth. Oh, this is so disgusting. I'm just cleaning off the back so I don't have to feel all the slime. Okay. I'm just wiping from the center out. I hate to say, I still see the laser ring. So I'm rotating the disc and wiping it in a radial motion outward. Trying to use clean pieces of the cloth. Oh, that scratch looks really, really bad. I don't know if I can get it to show up, but it is. It's right about out here. And yeah, I think you can see the glint of it. That inner thing is not a part of this normal CD, it's a scratch. Yeah, it's very pronounced. Hopefully this doesn't destroy the laser head. I'll get it all cleaned up good. Oh my gosh, that is so bad. That's exceptionally bad right there. Wow. Okay. We'll continue buffing this thing for a while, and then we'll try it and see what happens. Okay, here we are again with our Xbox down here. And let's try sticking the disc in the drive and seeing what happens. Although the ring was still there, so I don't have a lot of hope. Okay, so it looks like it's still got a problem. So the toothpaste did not fix this game. Okay, so Dr. Jane's, I'm back, and I found this thing. I was looking around the house, and I guess we can try this thing next. We just tried the toothpaste, and who knows, and maybe if I would have tried that 100 times it would have worked, but it didn't. And so we'll take a look at this guy. Here's a neat little mechanical device called the Skip Doctor. It's got a little spray thing here. You can spray the disc, and it's got some kind of mystery solution in it that hopefully will fill in the voids, and hopefully will be transparent at the DVD frequencies. I mean, the CDs operate at what, 780 nanometers, something like that, and the DVD operates at a higher frequency, so it can have more data on the disc, about 650. Okay, so we have a little crank on the back of this thing, so you can spin the crank, and it's got a little flip out thing. You can hold the disc in there. We'll stick the disc in. Let's try, first of all, taking our disc. We will take our little sprayer thing, shake it up, and spray on the surface here. Get it all moistened up with this mystery solution. Flip this little holder out here. You can see that. Now we can insert the disc into there, and see this this guy will swipe it radially and kind of rotate the disc. Hopefully. We get it locked into place. There we go. And it rotates it very slowly. I don't know if you can see it rotating, but the disc is rotating, and it's wiping it radially. This is a very fun process because you get to spin the crank, and it's wiping all that solution off and buffing the disc up. That wheel that goes around. Okay. And looks like we've been all the way around once. Maybe I put too much solution on because it's still kind of wet. We'll buff it a little bit longer, and then maybe we'll try sticking it into our player and see what happens. See if this fixed it. Okay, so now the disc is looking a little bit better. The really deep scratch marks are not quite as visible, but I still got some radial streaks, so I think I'm going to do like what I did with the other one and just kind of rotate the disc and wipe it radially, kind of buff it with some more toilet paper, because toilet paper is great for so many things. And that's making it look a little bit nicer. But like I said, you know, what you got to lose, because the thing doesn't work anyway, and they'll basically make you buy a new one. Even though you've already bought the rights to this one, they're going to make you buy a new one. Pay for the rights for that one too. Probably should have figured out how to make a copy of it so I can have a backup, rather than making these mega rich corporations even richer. Alright, okay, so we'll try buffing it a little bit more and It's looking a little bit better. Hopefully this will get us what we want. Be able to play our game again. Okay. So, looks like we're getting something a little bit different now. He's just saying the disc is unrecognized, so I'm not sure if that's better or worse. Seems worse because before it told us to clean it, now it says it doesn't even know what it is. So maybe we've made it worse than it was before. But I guess you can't get worse than it doesn't work. Okay, fortunately I still have more crazy contraptions. Here's another buffing machine. Maybe we can try to buff it a little bit more with this guy here. He's a little bit different. He's got some little disc in here. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of like it has a bottom thing that will spin the disc around when you turn this crank on the top, and then it will make these discs kind of spin at oblique angles. And hopefully that won't put circumference scratches on the disc. So we can take this clamshell type device here and take our disc, put it face up down there so it's inside of that guy, and we'll close her up and spin her around. Maybe this will buff her in a way that make her work again. And, well, it's doing something to it. I'll buff it some more and give that a try. Oh. Okay, I stuck the disc back in after buffing the crap out of it. And now it's giving me a new. So it says open tray. It acts like there's not even a disc in there. How interesting. Things just keep on getting better. Let's see. Well, the disc. Oh. The scratches look much reduced. Let's try it one more time. Stick her in. Oh, we're getting the unrecognized disc again. Okay. I guess it's still not fixed. Okay, so this clamshell thing was really able to buff it quickly. It has a lot of, it can cover a lot more of the disc, and you can really grind on the disc. I'm not sure if it did it any good, because I think it just seems to be worse than ever. So desperate times call for desperate measures. One of the things that they're claiming was working was wax. They're using auto wax. Unfortunately, I don't have any auto wax, but I do have some candle wax. And this is from a candle that's actually, I don't know if you can see that, it's a clear candle. It had some decorative stripings that were white, and I kind of scraped off the stuff that had paint in it, so I just have the clear wax left over. Because I'm a little bit concerned, CDs, like I said, have a operating frequency of about 780 nanometers, but DVDs are in the red. They're 650. So if we have something that's not transparent to that frequency, it may be a problem. Okay, so what the guy at the Radio Shack suggested was using wax, and other people have used car wax. You coat the thing and then buff it, so we'll just try scribbling on it, because hey, it doesn't work already, so what the heck, right? We'll scribble on it and try to buff it and see if anything good comes out of it. Can't get any worse. There we go. Lots of nice clear wax on here. Okay. Now, I like to try to buff it in a radial direction. So we'll get some of our favorite toilet paper and we'll start buffing it outwards and buffing it and rotating the disc slowly and buffing and buffing and buffing. Let's see if this does anything. See if it fills in that stuff, and hopefully it's transparent to whatever frequency that disc wants, DVD wants to operate at. And hopefully it doesn't come off and mess up our laser head inside the thing and make it so it won't play our other discs. That would be bad. Better make sure it's real clean before we stick it in there. Okay, I'll flip this over and continue to buff and buff and buff. And we'll come back a little bit later and see how it's working. Okay, stick the disc back in there and see if the wax worked. Reading. Could it be? Disc unrecognized. Oh, it's still not working. Okay. Next thing. Okay. Everything else has kind of failed so far, although the scratch looks a little bit better. It's got a bunch of scratches from the buffing things that I was trying. So I can't believe I'm going to try this, but here is a banana. And a lot of people on the internet are claiming that you can fix a CD with a banana. So let's try this. Cut off a part of the banana. This is looking pretty disgusting here. And we'll just do the same thing we do with the crayon. We'll smear this thing around. Look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. It's always good to smear bananas on your electronics. But it's not working anyway, so I don't think I'll eat this part of the banana because I've been putting all sorts of weird chemicals on this already. Look at that. Look at that. That is all good and slimy now. So, they claim using the banana peel to wipe it down with is going to help some too, because it's got wax on it, and the wax can help fill in the wax will help fill in the scratches. Oh man, this is so disgusting. This is even worse than the toothpaste. Okay. We'll just... What else are we gonna do though, right? Get it all good and slimy. Look at that. Okay, so buffing the CD with the banana skin. Let's buff it some more with the DVD. I'm going to do a real good job of this. Wax on, wax off. Oh man, this is so disgusting and slimy. Okay. Let's try using our good old friend toilet paper here again. And we will do radial motions outward to try to buff this without putting... You don't want to put scratches in the circumferential direction, because that will definitely cause you more problems. Oh, look at that. It's so... Oof. I put my fingers kind of behind it so I can put a little pressure while I'm wiping it outward. And just continue to buff it up. It's looking shiny again. All that banana juice is coming off. And I gotta buff it more toward the edge because it looks like the edge has still got crap on it. So we'll just buff it up and I'll try this thing again. Okay, here's the banana fix. And we stuck the disc back in and it still is terrible. Unrecognized. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't do it long enough. Let's see, we'll have to decide what we're going to do next. Okay, here we are continuing on. I've tried all the crazy fixes so far that the internet has offered up, and the CD is, or the DVD for the Xbox is still not working. So one of the things people suggested was using Canaboo car wax to buff out the scratches, and so I guess we'll give that one a shot next. So here's our car wax, and let's open it up. And here's our CD, and I guess we'll just take our little pad that comes with it and just start waxing it. Oh my god. Okay. There we go. Let me set it down so I can buff it real good. Wow. We'll just buff the heck out of it. The wax is actually making it stick to the paper, so that makes it easier for me to buff it, so it doesn't slide around. The paper's getting all waterlogged though. Okay, so I've kind of worked that in. I'll just let it maybe dry for a little while and then buff it up really shiny and see if that helps. Okay, so we'll see how this works. Okay, it's been sitting for about 15 minutes or more, and I think it's kind of getting dried, so let's try buffing it some. Looks like we'll do it in circular motion, because you want to make sure not to put, like I said, scratches in this direction around the disc, because it reads in that way, and if it's got a series of errors all in a row, you can't error correct for it. If it's got a scratch going out toward the radius, it kind of, the errors aren't all in a single read stroke, so it can do some error correction and try to compensate for that, figure out what the missing bits are. Oh, it's looking pretty nice. Maybe I should have tried this one first, but who knows? I mean, the DVD laser head may see something different than what I see. Okay. That looks pretty polished up. Maybe we'll polish it a little bit more and pop it in the player and see what happens. Okay, here we go again. Looks like just stuck the waxed disc in the Xbox, and it has come up. Cancel. Cancel. Xbox wants to listen to what I'm saying. Stop it. Go back. Anyway. Cancel. Looks like we're getting unrecognized disk cell. Okay. So, not sure what to try next. Okay, so the turtle wax is still not working. Scratches are looking less and it's still looking shinier, but I think we need to buff it a little bit, and so I think that calls for power tools. And nothing says power tools like a Dremel type tool. This is actually a Chicago Electric knockoff, but it should do the should be good. We'll just turn up the power, because more power is always better. And we'll try buffing the scratches out of it. High-powered Dremel tool. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Try this for a little while and see what happens. Okay. Actually, this seems to be doing a little bit better job. Kind of like a floor cleaner. Try running it around here, buffing it up real good. Oh, make sure it doesn't get away from you. Get more surface area this way. Okay. Let's run it around a few times. Take a look at the disc. I think it's looking better. We'll try buffing it for a while and then stick it in the player and see what happens. Gotta be careful when you use the Dremel tool, because it will actually make the surface of the disc bubble up if it gets too hot, and that doesn't look good at all. But like I said, we're just experimenting here, so I don't know. I was going to try to sand that out because it doesn't come out, but I think it's not looking too good about saving this disc anymore. Okay, so we'll see. One of the other things was to try to resurface it with sanding, but I don't think I have a real fine grit sandpaper, so we'll see if we can do something. Okay, so I guess it's about time to try the last step, which is just resurfacing the CD by sanding it. We'll try to sand it up. Just go around in circles, and what do we got to lose, right? Try to make it look scratched evenly. Get the deep scratches out, and maybe we can try the turtle wax on it one more time. But things are not looking too good for this guy. I'm a scientist, not a miracle worker. Wow. Okay. We'll try this for a little bit, and I'll let you know how that goes. Okay, so it looks like we've got the thing really messed up now. So I did find some. I couldn't find. One of the guys recommended like 2,000 grit, 2,200 grit or something like that. This is the highest grit that I could find, the finest sandpaper. It's pretty smooth, so let's try polishing it up a little bit more and see what happens. Got nothing to lose, right? Well, yeah, look at that. That's looking nicer already. Just keep on. It's not like we have anything else to do than fix CDs anyway, right? So here we go. It's not really too shiny anymore, but it looks uniform. Okay, wow. Okay, so let's grind away at it for a little bit longer and we'll see what we can do. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Found a new technique that works kind of good, I think. Put radial scratches on it like that. Just sand it radially and rotate the CD around. I wouldn't say it's getting polished yet, but it's getting uniform again. Okay. Wow. There we go, look at that. Oh, wow, that is something else. Okay, we'll work on it for a little bit longer and then we'll maybe try to put some wax on it and see if we can polish it up again and see if it has a chance of working. Okay. Okay, we'll buff it up a little bit more. Going around circles here. Okay, let's take a look at that. Holy cow, it's almost shiny again. Not quite though. Those problems where I used the Dremel tool and made it bubble up, that could be a big problem there. Okay, so we'll polish it up and stick it in the machine and see what happens. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. We will stick the DVD to the Xbox and we'll see what happens. And reading, open tray. Huh. So it doesn't even recognize that there's a DVD anymore. So we went from clean the DVD to unrecognizable DVD to it doesn't even think there's one in there. So I would call that progress. Not progress in the right direction, but anyway. As far as these techniques, I can't say that they don't work. They didn't work for this particular disc. For me, maybe they'd work in some other situation. It's about time for me to give up because things are getting worse, and I think I've spent more than about $14 of my time, which is how much it would cost me to replace the disc. So at GameStop. So I guess this is Dr. James signing out, and best of luck. If you want to try these techniques, do it at your own risk. And make sure you have things all cleaned up before you stick them in the player, because you don't want to dork up your laser reader and mess up your Xbox. Okay, so anyway, best of luck.